see that our next speaker is in the house, and I have a heartfelt relationship with this woman. Kathleen is actually going to be introducing her because she got the opportunity to meet with her as well. And because I get to talk to her more often, when we were like, who's going to be introducing who and who's going to be sharing that. But I know that Kadine is in the house, and I am going to be passing this over to Kathleen. I'm going to be sharing today about the life, the true life, the real life of what it's like to be a momager. And I just had to do a shout out for Kadine because when my son was launching his first company, Kadine also has she is also another amazing momager. And they got on the plane and they flew, all across the country to be here, to be part of a photo shoot. And that's what momagers do. That's what momagers do. And I know that you need to connect because you both have rock stars in your house. I just have someone that dances around the house to the rock stars and puts clothes on them. So that's all cool. So I'm going to actually officially pass this over to Kathleen, but I wanted to say hello, sister. Nice to see you.
Thanks, Deb. I appreciate you.
My instinct was to say, Kadine is in the house, and that's exactly what Deb said. So ladies, yes, please meet Kadine Cooper. I mean, I had one conversation with her. It was awesome. And I'm amazed already, and I can't wait to hear her speak. So what do we know about her? She's a certified executive coach, and not just any coach. She was named in Influence Digest as one of the top 50 coaches in Toronto. She is a dynamic motivational speaker. You're going to see that really quick. Her topic today, love it, being the CEO of you. Yes. She's a secret lover of quotes, lots of quotes. Her music choice is Malay music, and the song is beautiful. I'm going to go listen to that.
Well, you know what, Deb, thank you so much, Kathleen, Dorothea, like the entire Mission Accepted team, because as Kathleen already said, if it wasn't for Deb, none of us would be here. And Deb has provided this platform and this space for us women to just show up and love on each other. So I want to welcome you all that just joined. I see so many of my lovely friends and sisters here supporting me. So thank you all. I see you all. And I'm thrilled. I'm really thrilled to embark on this journey with each of you to explore becoming the CEO of you. Because in a world that really demands our attention and our energy, like in various directions, it's time that you step into this role of CEO of you. And typically, I'm sure when you think of the term CEO, you think of Chief Executive Officer. But today I want to bring forward the new meaning of CEO. I want to empower you to embrace this transformative mindset of creating every opportunity for you, choosing you, loving you, creating every opportunity for your personal growth and fulfillment, and becoming the CEO of you, where you give the best version of yourself to yourself before you're generously giving it to the world. So I want to start with a question. Who here is the CEO of a company? Raise your hand. Come on, CEO of a company. Okay, so what about CFOs or Chief Executive Operator of a company? So in my opinion, I should be seeing everyone's hand up because you're all CEOs. The CEO is someone that creates a vision and a strategy for a vision. And each and every one of you should have a strategy and a vision for where you want to go in your life. Because too many women, myself included, I was one of them, too many of us don't think beyond the destination of our desks. And that was me. I sat in my desk, corporate ladder was in front of me. But no company can achieve a vision without the plan to reach their vision and then followed up by action. Which means that each of you needs to really think about it. Is where you are right now where you want to be in 2 to 5 years? And if you really stop to take some time to kind of figure out, what would you love? Because the only limitation that you have is the one that you place on yourself. And 4 years ago, I'm someone that walked away from my corporate job, and some considered it a little bit risky, but I walked away from the comfort and security of my corporate job, and I bet on myself. And people applauded my courage and labeled me a risk taker, but deep down, I honestly felt anything but brave. I felt a little bit more cray-cray, if I'm being honest. But what was driving me was my determination to advocate for my career trajectory, because someone made me feel like I was not capable of doing anything other than my corporate job. And I had stayed in roles, I was in corporate for years. And I stayed in roles because I had responsibility. I have a family to support. I'm a wife. I'm a boy mom to three amazing boys. And I grew up being told that you go to school, you get a good education, you climb the corporate ladder, and that's what success looked like. So that's what I did. I stayed in the mundane of the 9 to 5 until it no longer made me feel fulfilled. And when I quit my corporate job back in 2019, I had no idea how my journey was going to unfold. Like zero idea. But I've learned so much during this transition. And what I really learned was I had to trust and align myself with something that was greater than me in pursuit of my own fulfillment. So rather than the financial security, I was pursuing fulfillment for myself. And has it been challenging? Absolutely. But the stress of climbing the corporate ladder was like leading me to a breaking point and just questioning the value of all of it. So this journey has not been easy, especially from someone like myself who's a little bit risk adverse. But I really had to figure out, how do I unhook myself from the societal norms and discover the courage that I needed to depend on something that was tangible. And when I came up with my own meaning that I just shared with you, CEO, create every opportunity, things really shifted for me. Because becoming the CEO meant that I was no longer sitting and waiting on the sidelines of my career. I'm creating a career and a life that I want to live right now. So for me, advocating for my career path is kind of what allowed me to come into this space where I can now serve others in a meaningful and impactful way. And that is far more valuable to me than sitting in my stagnant desk. And now I'm not suggesting that anyone by any means goes and quits their job. But what I am saying is come along this mission with me to encourage each of you to take that time and that moment to just reflect. Is where you are today really where you want to be in 2 to 5 years? Because we all have choices and we're always making choices. Because wherever you are right now is a result of where you kind of saw yourself or wanted to be 2 or 3 years ago. So why not explore this CEO of you and adapt that mindset? Because for many years, I worked my butt off in toxic work environments, getting little to no appreciation, working long hours, late nights, and was not being supported by leaders to move up in the organization, which is what I thought I wanted. But I suffered in silence for so many years. And then my final breaking point, believe it or not, was a VP that I reported into who said to me, I don't think you're cut out for this. I'm not going to really support, like literally said to me, she's not going to support, not in these words, but she wasn't going to support my career goals and my trajectory. And so I thought, okay, then I'm wasting my time here. I'm in my 40s. I was like, I don't have time to waste. Like, I really don't have time to waste. So if you're not going to support me, then I need to make a decision. So I had a choice. I could stay in this mundane or I could choose me. And I chose me. And I haven't looked back since. And are there moments of doubt? Absolutely. But I've used my values as my foundation to kind of anchor me. And my values, not necessarily in this order, are faith, family, fun, freedom, and flexibility. Faith, family, fun, freedom, and flexibility, my 5 Fs, which now support me with the decisions that I make, both in my personal and my professional life. I really ask myself, okay, how am I honoring my values? And becoming the CEO of your life is like stepping into the driver's seat, because now I'm in the driver's seat, but it's in being in the driver's seat of your destination. It's about recognizing that you possess the power to shape your path and make pivotal decisions that are going to orchestrate your symphony of your existence. So by embracing this idea, you're acknowledging the profound significance of taking full ownership of your journey, both personally and professionally. But it's about fostering that mindset, that value of self-determination, of resilience, and the unwavering commitment to actually achieve those aspirations that you want for yourself. And being the CEO of your life isn't just about managing the present day that you're in, it's about creating a future that aligns with your truest ambitions and values. So you are who you decide to become, beauties. From this day forward, I want to challenge everyone to get up every day with the intention to visualize who is it that you're becoming. I want you to act like her, walk like her, talk like her, show up as her. This is your time. You're the writer, creator, director, and actor of your life. So imagine for a moment with me. You are the CEO of a company. You have a vision, a mission, you have goals, and maybe you're leading a strategic team and you're adaptable to the changes that are going on in the marketplace. This is what a CEO does. But I'm going to share with you now some principles that you can adopt to your own life, just like a CEO does in their company. So number one, it's self-reflect. And this is what I did before I made that decision to kind of take the leap. I did some self-reflection. I self-reflected on what I wanted, what I valued, what was important to me, so that I could wake up every day, jumping out of bed, excited to start my day with a clear purpose. And I wrote it down. And so I want to encourage you, even in this moment, Deb's got some great journals, as she mentioned. Write down what you want. And then I've got sticky notes and Post-its all over that reflect for me what it is that I want. So put the sticky notes in a place or a location where it's visible to you, where you can see it every single day, because that will motivate you to be consistent and to take actionable steps that are going to set you up for success. And a CEO always knows their purpose, and knowing your purpose is what's going to drive you as well to make more happy and fulfilling life. Number two, the CEO mindset and self-management. It's about taking charge of your destiny. It's about recognizing that you ultimately are the leader of your own story. And just as a CEO sets the direction for their company, you can set that direction for your life. And just like a CEO manages their time and their resources, you have to self-manage your own time and resources and set priorities. Create a schedule for yourself and be disciplined to pursuing those goals. And when you're setting goals, make sure that they're clear, concise, and consistent, and that they're achievable. I'm going to challenge you to set some audacious goals as well, but make sure the first goals that you set are achievable so that you're motivated to stay on track. And as you move through this phase, continually ask yourself, what would it look like if things change? And when you change the way you look at things, what you look at changes. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And when you change the way you look at yourself, you will change. Because then you're taking full control of your life. Number three, plan your day. If you want to be the CEO, you've got to plan it out. CEOs always plan their days the night before, the day before, weeks ahead. They always have a plan in their mind to identify their purpose. And the question is, how will you get there? When you created this plan or this framework, this blueprint, and this is the work that I do with my clients. Once you've identified where you are and what you're deciding that you need to be that CEO of your life, we work together to create the blueprint that's unique for you. Number four is take responsibility. For years, as I mentioned, I was in corporate and I left my career up to managers and supervisors and others, but not anymore. I am the CEO of Career Coach K. I'm the CEO of Kadine Cooper. I am now creating every opportunity for myself. I've taken that responsibility of my life, which the average person doesn't take responsibility. They operate the way I used to, by placing blame on others, maybe just becoming complacent, head down, mundane, doing the thing. But a CEO will take responsibility for their life. Number five is self-awareness. Self-awareness stands as an important pillar for personal growth by allowing you to recognize what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and emotional patterns. And as you become more aware, as you start this journey, journal your thoughts to some powerful questions that will change your life. I guarantee will change your life forever. So if money and time wasn't an objective, what would you be doing? What would you do? What would you want to do? Why would you want it? How are you going to plan to achieve this? Because that's what a CEO does. They ask themselves certain questions and remain curious in the process. And if you were to ask yourself these questions, or don't ask yourself these questions, rather, you're not going to improve in your life. You're not going to grow. And on this journey to becoming the CEO of your life, really ask yourself, who do you need to become to live your greatest life? And then ask yourself, are you willing and are you able? Are you able to put in the work? Sure, you might be able to put in the work, but are you willing? Are you willing to do what it takes to step into the CEO version of you? And what is the vision of the CEO version of you? What would it look like if that was you in 2 to 5 years? When you know what you want to achieve, you have a clear vision of it, and you're willing to do the things that you need to do. And the things that possibly used to hold you back will no longer come as a challenge or an obstacle to you. So now some of you might be here and being like, yeah, I'm afraid. Well, fear. Fear, you can look at it in a couple different ways. False evidence appearing real, or face everything and rise. Fear, though, it can be one of the most crippling emotions. And that's what holds us back and keeps us stuck. And in 2019, after quitting my job with no backup plan, I let fear sink in. And I slowly started to put my feelers out there. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to slowly put myself out there in the job market. I could do this coaching and speaking and facilitating thing on the side, but I need to accept the next job that came my way. And what I realized very quickly is not because you can do something means that you should do something. And I almost accepted that opportunity. And I remember going to the interview and sitting there with myself, and I'm like, Kadine, this is not you. This is not the opportunity that you should accept. But I was like, it'll just be temporary, 2-3 months, and I'll be okay. It's just a temporary thing. And I was income, like, okay, yeah, I can do this. It'll provide me with what I need until I can really get to where I want to get to, right? And at the time I had this amazing coach. And I was so excited to share the news with him. I was like, Edwin, I called him up. I'm like, listen, I've got this opportunity. I'm going to do this coaching thing on the side, but I have an opportunity to go back to, corporate and work full time. And he's like, okay. He listened to me for a while and he said, you know what, Kadine, as your coach, I can't tell you what to do. He said, but I got a call yes. He goes, because the Kadine that I have come to know, if she takes this opportunity, she's going to be right back feeling unfulfilled, feeling stuck and unmotivated. He's like, but take 24 to 48 hours and think about it. Beauties, I don't think I thought about it for 24 seconds. And I said to myself, he's right. He's absolutely right. If I accepted that position, I would have been right back in the same old feelings. And one of the other things he said to me that really stuck out to me was, Kadine, if you invest in yourself, if you go all in, there's no way that you can fail. And so that's what I decided to go. I went all in on myself. But it didn't come without a lot of deep breaths and breathing. So beauties, take some time to be still and breathe. There is so much power in just being still and taking time to just breathe. We are all capable of finding the answers that we want if we just take the time to be still and breathe. Sit with yourself, ask God, source, the universe, whatever you believe in, what is it that you need to do in this moment? What should you be doing in this moment? Just by being still, you're giving yourself permission to dream big. And for some reason, as we get older, we stop dreaming big. So I want to invite you all to dream big again. Big, audacious goals. Time and money wasn't an object. What would you be doing? And then set some goals around that. Goals are crucial. CEOs set clear, actionable goals for their companies. And similarly, you should be setting those goals for your personal and professional life. And then take action. Do the research or whatever tools or resources you need to take you to the next level. Seek those resources out. Ultimately, becoming the CEO of you means that you're taking control of your success. It's about recognizing that you are the captain of your ship and the choices you make steer that course. So beauties, don't underestimate yourself. You are so much more powerful than you think. Keep developing your growth mindset. Having a growth mindset can be effective in self-reflection and assessments because it is what establishes the foundation for how you perceive yourself. And having that growth mindset can make a positive impact on your confidence, the way you're going to show up as her, because it helps you to focus on and identify opportunities that will help you to achieve. You'll be surprised the individuals and the opportunities that are just drawn to you. So stop dreaming and start doing. You are who you decide to become. So from this day forward, I want to challenge you to get up every day with the intention to visualize, who are you becoming? I want you to be her, act like her, walk like her, talk like her, show up as her. This is your time. As I said, you are the writer, creator, director, and actor of your life. I now see myself as CEO, COO, and CFO of Kadine Cooper and Career Coach Kadine. And if you do this and behave in this manner, watch what happens. and take a little bit of, some calculated risk along the way, because that's what's going to take you up to the next level. And so now, if you're able, I want to invite you just to put your right hand on your heart, put your hand in the air, and I want to invite you to recite these affirmations with me. And they all start with I am. So I want you to say, I am amazing and astonishing. And if you can unmute. Let's hear you. I am brilliant and beautiful.
I am brilliant and beautiful.
Beautiful.
I am clever, courageous, and caring.
I am clever, courageous, and caring.
I'm fun, fabulous, and fearless.
Yeah,
I am
baby.
fun, fabulous, and fearless.
I am happy, loving, and lovable.
I
Happy, loving, and lovable.
I am outstanding and sexy.
I'm outstanding and sexy.
I am terrific and totally wonderful.
I am terrific and totally wonderful.
I am unique and special, and most importantly, I am me.
I'm
unique
and special,
and most importantly,
I'm
me.
Thank you. Start today, beauties. Embrace your power. Walk in the path of unapologetic self-leadership towards becoming the CEO of you. Don't ever give the power of yourself over to someone else. So from this day forward, I want you to embody and to own being the CEO of you, CEO of your life, and do what you feel is best for you. Thank you.
Whoop, whoop. Give some love, ladies. This is awesome. Wow, as promised, Miss Motivational. I loved it. You just killed it, Kadine. So good. Deb, I don't know about you, but I have like 3 pages of notes.
Absolutely.
I just love the unapologetic. Pull that Band-Aid off. This is what it's going to take. Stop kidding yourself. Yeah, get a vision, get a plan, and take action. And I love that. And I imagine, I know, because I know a lot of the people that are in the audience, we have a lot of people that walked away from corporate. And I did as well. And so we kind of know what you faced, and you faced it ferociously. And you shared that with us today. And that was so good. So good. And systematically too. I mean, I love the way you walked us through it. And again, Deb, the theme keeps coming through. The Jen and the Jens had the same. And then now, and it's good because layering and learning is the best way to learn, right? So that was beautiful.